Welcome to Tesla Global, the home of Tesla and electric car news. Today we take a look at Tesla selling 10 million cars by the end of the decade, and reports of Tesla's demise in China are much exaggerated. Without any hesitation, let's get into the video. Could Tesla be selling 10 million cars a year by end of decade? At Tesla's founding back in 2003, no one imagined the massive growth that lay ahead for the company. Or did they? As co-founder Ian Wright told me in a 2014 interview, Martin Eberhardt's initial stimulus for starting Tesla was to build the EV he wanted to buy. Elon Musk had a much grander vision. He wanted to be the next General Motors. After 18 years, that hasn't happened, but the idea no longer seems as crazy as it must have seemed then. In 2020, GM sold 6.76 million vehicles worldwide, making it the fourth largest automaker by sales. The largest was the Volkswagen Group, which sold 9.33 million. Tesla, which delivered 499,550 cars in 2020, would have a long climb to rival these giants. However, if the company's phenomenal growth rate continues, it could become one of the world's top auto brands within a decade. Rekha Khandelwal, writing in The Motley Fool, argues that Tesla could be selling nearly 10 million cars per year by 2030, if current trends continue. Between 2016 and 2020, Tesla's deliveries grew at an average annual rate of 65%. The company is forecasting an annual growth rate of 50% for the next several years. If Tesla reaches the 50% target in each of the next 4 years, then drops back to an average of 25% after that, there's your 10 million by the end of the decade. Likely scenario or pie in the sky? Of course, there are arguments to be made in both directions. A 50% growth rate is pretty spectacular, but it's far from unheard of for a new technology entering the upward slope of the famous S-curve. On the other hand, few new technologies are as complex as automobile production, which depends on thousands of products and services sourced from all over the world, and which is also bound up with powerful geopolitical and social trends. Can Tesla make it to 10 million? On the supply side, we find that Tesla's current production capacity is around 1 million units per year. Once the planned Berlin and Austin gigafactories come online, capacity could roughly double. Khandelwal estimates that Tesla might need as many as 16 more gigafactories to reach 10 million deliveries per year, assuming an average capacity of 500,000 units. On the demand side, EV sales are growing fast, especially in key markets like California and Norway, and this is just the beginning. Tesla won't be capturing all of the new sales. The legacy automakers are slowly but surely getting charged up too. However, claims that Tesla's importance will dwindle once Big Auto gets into the electric game are spurious. To say the least, the California carmaker has been the EV trendsetter for almost 2 decades, and its innovation pipeline is still flowing at full speed. The size of the electric pie isn't fixed, it's going to get a lot bigger, and Tesla will continue to claim a big cat share. On the other hand, there are plenty of factors that might hold Tesla back from the 10 million mark. As Khandelwal points out, Tesla's astounding growth over the last few years started from a low base. Conventional manufacturing wisdom is that, as production levels increase, growth rates slow down. Also, new constraints on production are beginning to come into view. The availability of batteries is a big one. Tesla has been proactive about this so far, broadening its base of suppliers and exploring the possibility of producing its own cells, but global demand for batteries and the raw materials that go into them is exploding, and this is unexplored territory. It's also entirely possible that neither Tesla, nor any other automaker, will ever again deliver 10 million cars in a year. As alternate ownership models and autonomous driving advance, some thinkers believe that the world has already reached the point of peak auto. In 2030, the global auto market could be much smaller, and the world's biggest automaker, Tesla, VW or whoever that be, may be producing a mere 4 or 5 million cars per year. Reports of Tesla's demise in China are much exaggerated. A few media articles were hinting that Tesla wasn't doing so well in China. One in particular by Bloomberg mentioned a fall from grace in China. The article quoted Bill Russo, a former Chrysler executive who is currently the chief executive officer of Automobility Limited. Russo said that Tesla's experience is a warning shot that they need to stay between the lines, and not be so flamboyant in their success. Russo spoke of Tesla's arrogance in the way it conducts itself in China. You can't be so far up front that you become arrogant in the way you conduct yourself. The article also criticized Tesla's response to the woman who claimed that her Model 3 had a brake failure as combative. It was later discovered that she faked the brake failure and publicly apologized for her drama. The Bloomberg article had no mention of that. The woman's actions led to criticism of Tesla and even a few articles with false information. One media outlet actually apologized to Tesla. There was no mention of that in the Bloomberg article, either. Needless to say, better news came out of China this week from Reuters, which reported that Tesla sold a total of 33,155 made-in-China vehicles last month. In May, CNN reported that Tesla could be doing worse in China than anyone thought and said that April sales were weaker than they appeared. The article noted that Tesla's drop in sales was due to bad publicity that the company endured in the Chinese market since April. RAV4 Tesla analyzed the data from the China Passenger Car Association, CPCA, which shared the news of Tesla's progress. Tesla sold 28,138 vehicles in China last month and exported 5,017. This number is just a few cars lower than May's numbers, but still, the fact remains that Tesla isn't doing so badly in China as some of headlines would have you believe. Investors.com claimed that Tesla's stock rebounded recently due to strong sales in China and its new lower range, lower-priced Model Y becoming available there. The latter was unveiled recently, and the new pricing allows the made-in-China Model Y to be eligible for government subsidies. After discounts, Tesla owners in China will only have to pay 276,000 yuan, $42,600, which is around 20% less than the Model Y long-range. Vehicle sales in China. Reuters reported that Honda and Nissan saw their sales in China fall last month and noted that the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers, CAAM, said that vehicle sales in China will hit 1.93 million units in June. That number is down 16.3% from last year, a year that had pretty weak vehicle sales due to the pandemic. Steel Orbis noted that CAAM also said that vehicle sales in China are expected to decline by 9.5% month-on-month. Both passenger vehicle sales and commercial vehicle sales are expected to see year-on-year decreases of 14.9% and 20.8% in the given month. CAAM also stated that July isn't going to be much better since it's traditionally off-season for auto vehicle consumption. The Chinese auto market is constantly changing, and Tesla looks well positioned in it considering all trends. New details on the Boring Company's Tesla fleet for the LVCC Loop emerge. The Las Vegas Convention Center, LVCC, Loop is now fully operational, but while the underground transport service is already servicing passengers on a regular basis, very little is known about the Teslas that are currently used in the system. Fortunately, some details about the LVCC Loop's fleet of electric cars have emerged recently. As per a report from TechCrunch, the LVCC Loop follows a structured set of rules. Drivers of the Teslas used in the system, for example, are advised to keep conversations with passengers to a minimum to ensure that their attention is focused on driving. The Boring Company has released a ride script for these purposes, which include responses to passenger inquiries that may range from the cost of the transport tunnels to how Elon Musk is as a boss. More interestingly, the LVCC Loop adopts a lot of advanced technologies. Design and operational documents submitted to Clark County indicate that each of the 62 Teslas currently used in the transport tunnels is fitted with a unique refit chip that could pinpoint each car's location when it passes through the tunnels. A total of 55 antennas are installed in the LVCC Loop's roadway, stations, and parking stalls as well. The documents also state that every Tesla in the LVCC Loop streams to 24 hotspots in the system, sharing data such as speed, the car's state of charge, the number of passengers in the vehicle, and whether occupants are wearing their seatbelts. Video feeds are streamed in real time from the cabins, and a system of 81 fixed cameras provides data to an operations control center located nearby. The LVCC Loop's operations control center stores the recorded footage from the tunnels for at least 2 weeks. An operator from the facility also monitors the transport tunnels through camera feeds for potential security threats or other issues. The Operations Control Center is capable of communicating with any Tesla in the LVCC Loop through a Bluetooth headset or an in-car iPad that displays messages, alerts, and a map of the vehicle's location. For now, safety seems to be paramount in the LVCC Loop, with vehicles adhering to a strict speed limit of 10 miles per hour within stations and 40 miles per hour on straight tunnel sections. Each Tesla must also maintain at least 6 seconds of separation from the vehicle before it. Autopilot use remains restricted for now as well, with the Loop's vehicle maintenance plan stating that maintenance staff must verify that features like auto steer are disabled for Teslas that are used in the transport tunnels. Do you think Tesla will sell 10 million cars by the end of the decade? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like to show support for the channel. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe for more Tesla news. Thanks for watching.